Hi, this is a very small picture. It's looks big on the screen, but it's about well, let's have a measure. If I find my measuring stick. Right, centimetres. The actual size of the paper I've got is about 7.5 inches by 5.5 inches, 14 centimetres by 19 centimetres. Very small. But a scrap of watercolour paper. This is Archie's, I think, or Saunders probably. It's about £200 weight. So I'm going to do a very quick impression of a Cornish scene. So I'll show you my colours. These are mostly Wilkinson's own brand. A right mess. So I've got lemon yellow, cadmium yellow, yellow ochre, white, a bit of red, cadmium red, ultramarine, burnt umber, some burnt sienna, some black, which I love, and some green, which I might or might not use. I'll put a bit more red out. I'm not copying anything. I'm just going to make this up as based on a previous painting. Put a bit more red. So North Cornish coast is very rocky. Especially around Newquay, Perranporth. It's gorgeous a gorgeous place. And I never fail to get carried away with this wonderful coast. Been there many times. But I'm just going to sort of paint an abstract now. A bit of black, and a lump of red. So we're just putting a bit of rocky coast. A bit there, that's all. Get some nice red. Don't need to prime this, it's quite thick. It'll take quite a lot of hammering. A bit burnt umber. Just mixing burnt umber red. Okay. Crashing waves out there. Let's get a bit of ochre in there. Some more dark in the rocky shadow here and there. Bit of green on the top of this. Okay, that's the basis. I'm going to put a bit of a darkish horizon in, so that the spindrift or clashing wave will show up against it. So a bit of red, bit of blue, lump of white, and then just paint down to where the horizon is going to go. With watercolour, I normally paint the sky first, but with oil or acrylic, or if you paint the landscape first and paint the sky down, so it has more of an impact. Might be just a touch too light there. But it's only a foil for the wave that I'm going to put in there. Okay, let me put some more colours in here. Okay, right, crashing wave. I'm going to do more in this, but it's just a little bit wet, so I'm just going to get a nice touch of colour in it. I know it's corny, but I do like our waves. Now just crashing up against it. A bit of blue in there. it's the shadow and the crashing wave. Use a bit of impasto. Always put out more paint than you think you're going to use, then you won't be scrabbling around. Right, let's have a bit of sky coloured in there. That's just a little bit too flat there. Few clouds wafting across. I'm just dragging over the dry paint. And then use a bit of burnt umber, I think, and ultramarine. Makes a wonderful dark. Bit of storminess. There's no weight in the brush. It's a very worn out cheap Chinese brush. Over the years, it seems that the quality of these things has gone down. They were very cheap ones, and I bought loads of them, and some are still giving very good service. But you have to shop around. A lot of hardware stores sell them, but the quality, to keep the cost down, the quality's gone. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think so. Right, let's get in a bit of shadow in the wave, so it's a touch of green in with that blue, I think. Just come under here, more white. Just use a bit of sap green in this. With a bit of peach in there. You've got to constantly work light against dark, especially with waves. So I'll put that dark background in. Put a little bit more of that somewhere else. I'll put that in there. Right, we could put a peach colour in there. So we'll have a bit of yellow ochre and a bit of burnt umber, a bit of white. Just using up paint now. Let that dry and go back with some dark rocks. That's what we do. It's just, okay, dark. It's such a good dark mix, the ultramarine and burnt umber. Right, let's put a bit of orangey light on the top of the proceeding, but maybe a bit of green in it. Whoops, I've done that. And that. Can have my dark back in there. Just because it's small doesn't make it that much easier. It's just as challenging, shall I say. What a colour. Right, let that dry off a bit before I go over with some more. Don't like that bit. We'll put in a good dark sky at the top. So, burnt umber. Ultra. More blue. Real good overdone dark. No, I don't like that. I just want to get some paint in there to fill those little holes, and then we can, as that dries, we can reinstate. So white, red, ochre. A bit lighter, that's better. Now we can go with a kill. Okay, a couple of darks back in those rocks. I'll use that. Oh, I use a number. Bit of red. Then I'll redo the wave. Bit of peach. You can always use a hairdryer to speed it up. But I wanted, it's quite an angry, stormy sky as well as the crashing wave. So let's get in some bit of shadowy. Sandy. Colour there. White. And do that grey. Just counter change a little bit of a darker. Go behind there. just that nice green colour, or greeny blue. Straighten up that a little bit. Okay, so there we have a little abstract acrylic of Cornwall. I'll put that in a mount. Might have gone a little bit higher there, so I'll just take that out of it there a little bit. I want that bluey grey in there. So a bit of water in there. Right, okay. So I think we've got something there. I'll put it, I don't think I've got it out that small, but I'll have a look. But if not, what's it going to say? No, I haven't. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Try these things yourselves, and above all, have fun with the painting process rather than aiming for a great end result. It's when we overwork things that you make a rod for your back. I'm not happy with that, so we'll have to change that. Bit of titivating afterwards. Okay, I'm not going to do any more than that. I'm going to zoom in a little bit and then we'll just go around what we've done there. So we've got a crashing wave there. I've used a bit of white ultramarine and sap green to get a bluey green shadow under the crashing wave, and that one is pouring over the top. I'm not happy about that one, so I've sort of just put a bit of white back on the top of that crest, a bit of spin drift. Grey colour, let's just get that down there. Okay, thanks for watching. We'll just go down to the little beachy bit. What will probably improve that is if I take the tape off. Then that'll be its own, oops, that'll be its own frame. I'll put a bit of tape over the top just to hold it on the board. Just a little tiny bit there. So there we are. Zoom in a little bit. Sorry about all the fiddling around with the camera. Right, well there we are. A little Cornish crashing wave abstract. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.